We are going to start off in standing. We're going to take it down onto the mat for some core strength. My name is Dara. Join me every week, live class, 30 minutes. I'm a physical therapist, strength coach, yogi, endurance athlete. So this class is catered to a little bit more advanced core work. However, I will show options, modifications, weights are optional. Let's get going. Join me. Come to the back of your mat. We're going to take it in nice little mellow yoga warm up, nothing crazy. And then we're going to take it down onto the mat and get into our core series. We've got some advanced core work today. Inhale, reach to the sky, just warming up nice and easy, just to get our bodies moving before we get into that series coming up. Inhale, reach. Exhale, forward fold, bring the arms all the way down, shake it out. This is just our warm up, just getting things going. Little sun salutation, a yoga warm up. Nice and mellow. Starting off slow, we will speed it up as we go through our next 2 rounds. Hold it here, one more breath. On your next inhale, halfway lift, flat back, straighten out the knees. Get a nice stretch in your hamstrings. Brace with your core. Hold it here, hip hinge, 1 breath. And then bring your hands down, step back into plank. Hold it here. We do have some planks in our warm-up today. Nice shoulder strengthening. Spread your fingers wide for this tall plank. Push away from the mat. Nice engaged shoulders. Tuck the chin in, 1 breath. Exhale, knees down, slowly lower chaturanga. Elbows close to your sides. Uncurl your toes. Push yourself up, little baby cobra. Nice and mellow. Pull the shoulder blades down your back. Engage those lats to protect, strengthen the lower back. Exhale, back down. Uncurl your toes, push yourself back, downward facing dog. That is our flow. We've got 2 more rounds just like this. Nothing crazy, just a little bit of yoga to warm us up. Pedal the feet, give your calf and ankles a nice little stretch. Pedal those feet, stretch those calves. Let's go through this flow again, guys. Walk your hands back to your feet, articulate through your spine, rolling up 1 vertebrae at a time. A little bit faster. Inhale, reach to the sky, get some length, tall spine, tall. Nice posture here. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Bring the arms all the way down. Shake out the arms. Shake the body. Checking in. Just making sure everything's feeling okay. 1 breath here. On your next inhale, halfway lift. Flat back. Pull the belly in. Hands come down. Step back into plank. Number 2. We have more in our warm-up. Exhale, lower, knees down or all the way down, however you want. Uncurl your toes. Push yourself up into up dog or cobra. If you want to come all the way up, enjoy this extension of the spine. Again, pulling the shoulder blades down. Really think about engaging those lats. Nice strong back, nice support for that lower back. This should feel really nice, right? Like a nice stretch, not like it's pinching on the lower back. Hold it here, 1 more breath. Exhale, back down. Push yourself back, downward facing dog. We've got 1 more round, then we're moving on. We've got a little bit of a plank in our warm-up series here coming up next. Walk your hands back to your feet last time through. Then we're moving on, rolling up slowly, head coming up last. Articulate through the whole spine. Head coming up last. Inhale, reach through the nose. Exhale it out through the mouth. Release any tension. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. This is your hip hinge, your deadlift right here. Hands come down, plank. More planks coming up. Exhale, lower. Elbows close to your sides. Good way to work on your push-up strength, right? That chaturanga. Uncurl your toes, up dog or cobra. We're moving on. And then meet me in downward dog. So let's hang out here for a second in our downward dog. And let's just do a little bit of a hip opener before we come into some planks. So bring that right leg up. This is your 3-legged dog. Again, kind of a challenging pose. So if you want to keep it in downward dog, that's fine. If this feels okay, hold it here or bend that knee, open up that hip, stretching out that front of that hip. Maybe make some circles. Again, even weight into our shoulders and our fingers. Roll that hip around. 1 more breath here, 3-legged dog. And then bring that right leg down, left leg up. Even weight into my hands, bracing with my abs. Bend, open up that hip. Give that hip flexor on the left side a little bit of a stretch. Should feel good. You got tight hip flexors like me. Roll that hip around if you want. One more breath. And then bring that left leg down. Walk your hands back to your feet. We're gonna come into planks. So we're gonna finish off our warm up with a little bit of a walking out, interim into plank. Push-ups are optional. I'm always trying to squeeze in more upper body into my core work for my athletes, especially my endurance athletes, because a lot of you guys, you're just doing legs, not getting a lot of upper body. So let's get a whole full, strong body up and down the chain. Bring your feet wide, maybe wider than your mat. Starting off in this nice tall mountain pose here, and then you're gonna walk yourself out into plank. That's all you're gonna do. Take it at your own pace, and then walk it back. Now your option here is to add a push-up at the end. I always say try one. If you've ever taken my class, I'm always saying, the only way you get better at push-ups is guess what? More push-ups. Just like I told one of my athletes today, she can't do pull-ups. Guess what? You gotta practice pull-ups. Now there's a lot of ways you can prep and get stronger if you can't complete a full push-up or pull-up. So if you can't do that full push-up at the end here, you can always go to your bent knee, right? And just start here. Or the wall, got tons of options, or pull-ups. I might suggest a hang. You're just doing a hang first, and then a scapular retraction, and then a full pull-up. Anyways, that's my little pull-up tutorial. We're done with that. Again, taking this at your own pace, this is just a chance to loosen up the hips, loosen up the back, get a little bit of shoulders in. Before we get into our series of core, we've got 3 moves today. Advanced. I will show options. Some lower abdominal work requires a lot of control here. I'm gonna give us a little spicy flutter kick at the end of this series. Got a little bit of spice. One more time here. Got some obliques. We did glutes earlier this week. Getting into these lower abs today. A little bit more challenging workout today. All right, come down onto your mat. Let's finish off with our cat-cow. Easy peasy. Spine mobility, finishing off our warm-up. So our core series today, we've got 3 moves. First move, bicycle crunches, pretty easy. Nothing crazy there. Second move, a reverse crunch, a little bit more challenging. I'll show some options for that reverse crunch. Our last move is we're gonna be doing a flutter kick for a 10 count, and then you're gonna flip it over and do the same thing face down. So arms and legs kick, 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 kick as fast as you can, and then we're gonna turn it over and do the same thing in our Supermans. Requires a little bit of speed, a lot of control with that last move. Should be fun and spicy. Finish this cat-cow, nice gentle mobility, arch, articulate through your whole spine. Notice if you have any sticky spots, is any part of your back not really moving well, mid-back, neck, lower back. Work through that, right? This is a nice, easy way to do that. Exhale. Inhale. Let's do a few more just like this. Then we're gonna come onto our back. So we're basically on our back for most of that core work, except that last little power move. All right, on our back, bicycle crunches, easy. Shouldn't need a lot of cueing for these. Take this at your own pace. I'm always gonna suggest, we got 3 rounds for 3 moves. Play around with some tempo. So in other words, this first round, I'm gonna go for some endurance, so I'm gonna guide you. You always have the ability to change things to make this workout more demanding, less demanding, modify. You can take breaks whenever you need to, right? I want you to focus on where am I working from though. So one of the things I want you to think about with this class is what muscles am I engaging? Where am I trying to really activate? It's here, right? So it's not the neck and shoulders, it's really obliques across, those muscles that go across the belly. And that's your axis of rotation, is that belly button. So connect. And that's really where the work needs to be coming from. It's not just about yanking your head up, right? A lot of times people are just kind of like pulling on their shoulders, and that's really not the intention of this. So focus here. This rotational movement that's coming from the belly button area. And I'm rotating across, driving power opposite elbow to opposite knee and hip. That's really how we're driving power in our sports. when we walk is across, this chain across our body. Obliques, there's a lot more muscles going on, but for this exercise, that's what I want you to think about. Tuck the chin in if your neck is getting tired. Shoulders are off the mat. Go for some nice extended legs. This is long endurance set. Like I said, first round we go longer, then maybe we'll speed it up. You always have the ability to change things and to make this more challenging or change it up just to give you some variety, right? So speed, you can add weights, you can add mini bands, other things. So let's finish our bicycle. Again, nice, easy one. Almost everybody can do these bicycle crunches, targeting those obliques really nicely, right? Let's do 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Lower abdominals, reverse crunch. There's a lot of pelvic floor that needs to squeeze to lift the legs up and that booty up off the mat. Your level 1 move, so my more beginner move is just here. Exhale, squeeze, lift your butt up and down. My advanced move is going to be here. Now I want you to think about, for this deep control, when I say lower abs, kind of around here, I don't really think of that as a distinct muscle group, but for a lot of people it helps them to think about where they're working. So deep core, pelvic floors beneath you, muscles pulling up to lift. A lot of stuff happening here. Last piece of this exercise, as you lower, your lower back must stay pressed down. So as you come here, there's no lift in that lower back. That's going to be even more important for our next move. So this is advanced. So you only go as low as you can if this lower back is staying glued to the ground, and that takes deep abdominal control. It's not just lower back. So think about, where am I working here? It's here deep. I always suggest for these moves lifting the head up. It's going to push that rib cage down. It's going to help you connect those abs. So that should help you feel where you're working right here. Let's do a few more. These are challenging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Whew. Last move is a flutter kick. I'm going to show you some options, 10 count, and then we're going to flip it over and do the same thing for 10. Not really easy, not really hard. You're going to be extended here. You're going to lift and kick, right? So again, pressing the lower back down, that's going to be my cue. Keep that lower back pressed down the whole time. That is challenging, lifting the head up. Let's lift it up and kick for 10. 9, press that lower back down. 8, 7, 6, abs, 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 abs. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Flip it over, same thing. Kick it out. 10, 9, 8. Engage that whole posterior chain, everything on the back side of your body. 7, 6, 5. Little moves. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew. I don't know why those are so hard. Something about that coordination and the speed. All right. See, now the bicycles should feel easy, right? Compared to those. Lifting up, center yourself, obliques. Let's go. Round 2. We've got 3 rounds total. This is a spicy one today. I don't know why I'm feeling these. Challenging. Again, you lower the legs as low as you can go while maintaining that lower back pressed down the whole time, right? Getting some nice extension in the legs. I'm going to try to squeeze in a little bit of extra glute work at the end before we cool it down. We'll see how much time we have. Want to make sure we finish with some stretching as well. 10, 9, 8. Rotate. 7, 6, 5. Really twist. 3, 2, 1. Oof. Feeling those obliques today. Reverse crunch and lower. You decide how low you want to go. Again, your beginner level 1 is here. I'm just doing that little lift. Right, up to you. Little lift, squeeze, lifting my booty off the floor. Just about an inch or 2. Advanced, lower. Lower back is pressed down, right? Lifting the head up, just like in our last move, our flutters, will help maintain this connection here. Your abs should be feeling these. Let's do a few more. Then we've got those flutters. Lift, lift. 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Give those hip flexors a little break. Rock the knees side to side. Flutter for 10. Flip it over for 10. Prep yourself. Bring the rib cage down. Connect. Abs engaged. Right here. Six-pack abs. Fire them up. Exhale. Lift, kick. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Flip it over. Same thing. Flutters on the tummy. Kick it out. Superman, Superwoman's kick them. Kick. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last round. We are going to keep this going. I'm going to try to get in a little bit of glutes. Finish up, bicycle, engage, lock it in. That head elevated position, I always suggest to clients or athletes or anybody, if they're really not able to get this connection here, having that head up for your core work, even if you have your head up on the pillow, it's going to elevate you. It's going to help you bring the top part down. So when I say rib cage down, really kind of connecting. We're trying to create this connection here. This is our core stability, our core strength. Locking this in. Why do we want that? Because it helps to stabilize our body, it helps to stabilize our spine, it helps to create efficiency for our pelvis, for our arms and our legs, for our sports, right? So we want this locked in, engaged, connected, right? Connect. So that's where we bring that rib cage down, connecting here, tight abs, breathing underneath those abs. We're not holding our breath. We're using that breath. Finish up, last few here, obliques, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, burn it out, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whew. Reverse crunches, lower abdominals, deep abdominals, squeeze, pull it up on the exhale. Breath, right? You can use that nice loud breath, right? Squeeze, pull you up. Whichever version you're doing, make them good, make them controlled. Deep core work here. Again, lifting the head up if you need to or want to. You decide how low you want to go with the legs. We are almost done with this series. Spicy. I'm feeling this one today. Probably because I did some abs yesterday. I'm feeling it today. 4 more. These are not easy moves. 3, 2, 1. Shake the legs out. Last time. Flutter kicks, 10 count, flutter, pressing the rib cage down, keeping that lower back pressed down. Kick it out, set yourself up. Kick, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Turn it over. Last 10. Kick it out. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands and knees position. Let's finish off with some booty work. Hands and knees, back is flat. Let's just burn it out. Let's just add a little bit of glutes in. We didn't have any at the beginning. A lot of times I'll start with some core and some glutes. Let's finish with some glutes. A little bit of these fire hydrants. Again, hips are squared, abs are braced. I am just opening up at the hip. My body is parallel to the floor. I'm not here, right? Isolating that glute. Do a couple on this side. Just get that glute to wake up. Again, if you have mini bands, you can add them to this move. You could also add a dumbbell and kind of like snug it behind that knee, right? It's another way to add in some weights. Even if you don't, this is a great way to activate, engage that glute medius, a little bit of that glute max. Let's burn it out a couple more here. In 4, 3, keep those abs engaged. 2, 1, other side. Fire hydrants, a nice solid move. This is not going to give you necessarily a lot of bulk in those glutes, but it's a lot of engagement, a lot of activation. So I really like these either as a warm-up for my lower body days or my athletes who are getting a little bit of their like pre-run, pre-bike. You can use the mini bands or before they're going to lift heavy, doing some squats or deadlifts, a little bit of squeezes just like this. Activate, wake them up, wake those glutes up, get them going. Finishing off here, and then we're going to stretch and be done with class. That's it, 30 minutes. You definitely do not need a lot of time to get a lot of stuff covered when it comes to core strength and mobility. 4 more here. Squeeze. 3, 2, 1. Knees wide. Sit back into child's pose. Let's stretch. Let's cool it down. Let's be done. All the hard work is done. Child's pose here should feel like a nice glute stretch and lower back. If you don't love child's pose, come onto your back and hug your knees into your chest. We are going to be there in just a second. Slow down the breath. When you're ready, come onto your back, hug your knees into your chest. Let's stretch. Any stretches that feel good to you, now is your chance. Again, I'm just the guide. This class is for you. So you do you, make it whatever it needs to be for you, whether it's more advanced, less advanced, whether you add weights, whether you add in your own stretches at the end. If you're recovering from an injury, listen to your body. Focus on the breath here, slowing it down. Let that left leg go long on the mat, shake it out. Hug that right knee into your chest. Give it a good squeeze. Open up that right hip. Roll the ankles and the toes around. Inhale through the nose. And then exhale it out through the mouth. Bring that knee across your body. Left hand brings that right knee across. Drawing that knee across, stretching out the glute a little bit, maybe ID band. As you rotate more off the mat, you're going to get into that lower back. Open that right arm out at an angle. And just settle into this stretch. Head goes wherever it feels comfortable, right? Release any tension in the neck. Breathing into this stretch, get deeper with each breath. And just noting where you have any tension. Last breath here. And then come back to center, figure 4 stretch. Hip opener here. You can leave it like this. You can reach through for thread the needle or come into pigeon pose. Whatever feels good to you. If you're reaching through, release tension in the shoulders, roll them out. Release tension in the head and the neck. Just let it all go. So we got some planks in. Just to recap, a lot of upper body work, right, with those planks. So that's great. Some push-ups as well. Glutes, we finished with the glutes, and then in the middle, a lot of deep core work, some lower abdominal work, some oblique work, rectus abdominis. We got a lot in lower back with our little flutter kicks. And then mobility. So again, when you're thinking of building out programs for you, the athlete of all levels, we want a little bit of core strength, maybe a couple times a week like this class, and then a little bit of general mobility, right? Hug that left knee into your chest, like what we're doing right now. And you make it more specific based on what's going on with your body. But in general, most people that I see, whether it's in physical therapy or athletes, for strength, a little bit of hips, a little bit of lower back, and then maybe upper back, shoulders, right? Keep it simple. Bring that knee across your body. It's always about consistency. It's not about one plan being the best plan. It's about you being consistent with that plan. That's how you get results. And really kind of find that position of your knee that just feels like it's right on your body. So knee can go higher or lower. If you're trying to get more of those glutes, or maybe just get into that lumbar spine, get a little bit of rotation for the lower back, whatever feels like the right position for you. You're going to probably look different doing it than I am. So just figure out what feels right for you. Last breath here. Come back to center, figure 4 stretch. Reach through. Roll the shoulders, release any tension. We are almost done with class for today. Subscribe to the channel. You will get notifications of live class. I host them every week. Every class is different. Last breath here. And then when you're ready, unwrap that left leg. Place both feet onto the floor, windshield wiper the knees side to side. Let's finish in seated, and then we are done with class for today. Let's finish with our last seated breath, working on that tall spine that we started off class with, thinking about that all day. I always have to remind people we're kind of like this all day. So take a minute and just focus on this nice tall spine, tall posture, crown of the head up here. However you want to sit, you don't need to sit cross-legged. Inhale, reach to the sky. Get length, get tall. Exhale it out one more time, and then that is it for today. Thank you guys so much for coming. Subscribe to the channel. I will see you next time. I hope you got something good out of class. Have a fabulous day. That's it. See you guys next time.